along with stocking shelves and serving customers, shop owners will now have to take on another responsibility, becoming detectives. Retailers who've been robbed will be given evidence packs for staff to collect statements and CCTV footage to help track down shoplifters. The Metropolitan Police kits will be sent to large retail stores where thefts are less than £500 and to smaller shops where the loss is £200 or less. The Met says officers will still respond to calls where urgent attendance is required. It comes as Co-op supermarkets recorded the highest level of shoplifting in history, with over 1,000 attacks and thefts every day. Company chiefs blamed a lack of policing for the surge in violent thefts. I don't think this is down to lack of policing. The police cannot be there to do every single thing, OK? Even if you have a shop, if I'm my own little shop and I'm getting people thieving, I hire a security guard. When I go to the Tesco's, the little ones, or the little Sainsbury's, too often I see the security guard is some dithery old man in his late 60s who just stands at the door and is like, hello. Hello, hello. And that's it. He's not going to catch some kids who are going to go and steal a few packs of crisps.
But if they did go and catch them, the kids would turn around and said, you laid your hands on me, I'm going to charge you, you're going to end up in jail. And actually, people are scared of tackling anybody because of the fact that they feel that they are the ones who are going to
So we need a change in law.
Exactly that. That was what I was going to say. Is because actually, I think we'd all probably take part a bit more if we felt that we weren't the ones who are going to... You turn around and people immediately accuse you of being...
I'm not tackling anyone for a packet of crisps, Penny.
I would tackle somebody for a packet of crisps, but I mean, there is...
Staff are told not to.
Staff are told not to. I mean, apart from in some places...
So.
I mean, I saw there were these two guys and they took off with all the steak selection in this little supermarket. And the guy who was not even the security guy, he was so fast and he got them and they just dropped their bags because they were so heavy, full of steaks. And they just ran off. And he came back and everybody gave him a round of applause. But you know, somebody standing next to me, we were all sort of part way, sort of, you know, bagging our plums or whatever. And he just looked over at me and he just went, and he just said. And he just said, God, he'll have to be careful about that because they'll probably do him for tackling him because apparently he's quite good at rugby tackling them. And then he's just when he's going to have to be careful because he'll get done.
But what the story's really about, isn't it? It's another case of the police not deigning to do their jobs. You know, they'll do anything to get out of actually having to investigate any crimes. So, you know, it won't be long before they extend this scheme to people in house. I've just had my house burgled. We'll send you around a kit. As you could get all the evidence and so on. And so on. Why don't the police do their job? They're supposed to investigate crimes and catch crooks.
Well, they're supposed to do that, but is it just me? But when you have a look... No, when they announce that it's £200 for smaller shops, £500 for bigger shops. That has just given the licence to anybody who's going to go and undertake that kind of criminal activity, and they will know that they're not going to be tackled. They will know. So this is the problem, is that because there are no police, because they're not doing their job, as you say, there is no deterrent. And then when you start to identify and you say, here is the limit, here is the target that we're going for. So the criminals will be looking and say, right, OK, small shops, we're going to make sure it's less than 200 quid, 500 quid for the big shops, boom, done.
The police don't help, but here's another point that's worth bringing up. I think we talked about it last week. The Co-op, for example, it's just a huge surge in shoplifting. Never seen anything like it. By any chance, does that surge in shoplifting coincide with you sacking all the cashiers and replacing them with automatic machines that people can walk straight past? I think you'll find it does.
I don't hate this idea of giving them DIY kits.
Better than nothing.
Because it's better than nothing. And I'm a big fan of digitising the way that police works, because gone are the days where you would necessarily have to sit for every single crime, sit and relay everything to an officer and they write it down for you in their own words and then you have to sign it. You can actually just submit your own report yourself and it works so much quicker and slicker, I think.
I can't believe I'm the one defending the police, but why are they having to deal with everyone's individual problems for shops? If you rob someone's house, fine, call the cops. But the Co-op or Sainsbury's, no, you've got to have your own security guards. It's like a shop that doesn't have shutters at night time and they get broken into. It's like, oh, call the cops. Have shutters on your shop.
But it's also CCTV that we keep thinking that CCTV is, one, a deterrent, and two, going to catch criminals. The criminals know how to avoid it.
They film themselves now.
They film themselves. So
on TikTok.
Quite why we think that CCTV is this great deterrent.
You know why we think that? Because we watch those films and those TV
series. Because the police have told us.
No, because we watch it on Line of Duty and all that sort of stuff, and then we watch the CCTV cameras and murders and things.
These just need life coaches. That's all they need. Okay. Come on, Kevin.
I'm available.